Yom Kippur, everything you need to know about the Jewish holiday. Yom Kippur, often referred to as the Day of Atonement, is the holiest and most solemn day of the Jewish calendar. For Jewish communities around the world, it represents a time of deep reflection, repentance, and spiritual renewal. It is a day dedicated to prayer, fasting, and seeking forgiveness, both from God and from fellow human beings. While Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, marks the beginning of the High Holy Days, Yom Kippur concludes them. The holiday has been observed for thousands of years and remains one of the most significant annual events in Jewish religious life. This article will explore the origins, traditions, customs, and modern-day significance of Yom Kippur, while also explaining how it is observed and why it holds such importance for Jewish people worldwide. Historical and religious origins. The origins of Yom Kippur can be traced back to the Torah, the foundational text of Judaism. According to the book of Leviticus, Leviticus 16 and 23:26-32, God commanded the Israelites to observe a special day of fasting and purification. On the 10th day of the 7th month is the Day of Atonement. It shall be for you a holy day of solemn rest, and you shall afflict your souls. The Hebrew word kippur means atonement, and the holiday centers on making amends for sins committed during the previous year. The concept is not only about individual repentance but also collective responsibility, as the Jewish people come together as a community to seek forgiveness and reconciliation. Historically, in the days of the ancient temple in Jerusalem, Yom Kippur included elaborate rituals led by the high priest, Kohen Gadol. On this day, the high priest would enter the innermost chamber of the temple, the Holy of Holies, Kodesh HaKodeshim, and offer sacrifices on behalf of the entire community. One of the central rituals involved the scapegoat, Seir El Azazel. The high priest would symbolically place the sins of the people onto a goat, which was then sent into the wilderness, carrying away the sins of Israel. After the destruction of the Second Temple in 70 CE, these sacrificial rituals could no longer be performed. Instead, prayer, fasting, and acts of repentance became the primary ways of observing Yom Kippur. This transformation from temple-based rituals to personal and communal prayer remains central to Jewish practice today. Timing of Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur falls on the 10th day of the Hebrew month of Tishrei, which usually corresponds to September or October in the Gregorian calendar. It comes just 10 days after Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. This period between the two holidays is known as the 10 Days of Repentance, Aseret Yemei Teshuvah. Jewish tradition teaches that on Rosh Hashanah, God opens the book of life and inscribes the fate of each person for the coming year. However, the final sealing of this book takes place on Yom Kippur.